I know I'm super late with this video, but to those who don't know yet, over the weekend, Frank Martin fought against Michel Rivera over at the Cosmopolitan in Vegas. Fight was shown live on Showtime. You can actually go to Showtime right now and watch the whole entire event right there, or the three fights that they showed live on Showtime. Um, but yeah, the fight was scheduled for 12 rounds. The fight ended up going the whole 12 rounds, and Frank Martin pulled it off, man. I gotta say, um, I was really impressed. I was really impressed from Frank Martin of what Frank Martin displayed that night. Before I get more into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more boxing, and please hit that like button. It helps out the video, it helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So, like I was saying, I thought Frank Martin looked spectacular. He was on point, landing that left hand all night long. He uh, he looked sharp. He looked fast. He displayed a performance that I honestly did not expect. I thought it was going to be a close competitive fight, and honestly, if you watch my prediction video, I was leaning towards Mikel Rivera. I was leaning towards Mikel Rivera. I thought that height and reach advantage, which is not too much, but I thought it would give him a slight advantage of probably hitting Frank Martin first, but I was wrong. I was wrong. It looks like that southpaw stance was giving Rivera a lot of problems. Like I said, Martin did a spectacular job just throwing combinations, following with his punches, landing that left straight all night long. Was able to drop Rivera in the I think it was the seventh round. It was a very dominant performance from Frank Martin, and I honestly was impressed. I did not expect such a performance. I thought it would at least be close, but it was not the case. All three judges had it wide in favor of Frank Martin: 117, 110, 120, 107, 118, 109, and rightfully so. Watching this fight, I was just frustrated because I was leaning towards Rivera, and I thought he would, make the fight a little bit more competitive than that. But like I said, I was completely wrong. So big props to Frank Martin, man. He's definitely somebody to start paying attention to if you haven't yet. Um, yeah, he definitely has what it takes to one day become a world champion. No doubt in my mind, he will be a world champion one day. I know the division right now. I mean, if you look at the division right now, 135 pounds is currently ran just by one man at the moment, Devin Haney. Devin Haney holds all the belts: WBO, IBF, WBC, WBA. But one day he will give those belts up, depending on how things go with the Vasily Lomachenko situation. So so yeah, he'll give those belts up one day, and then the four belts will be available for the taking, and Frank Martin will definitely take one of those belts. Going to this fight, Mikel Rivera was ranked number 2 by the WBA. The WBC had him at number 9, the IBF had him at number 6, and the WBO had him at number 10. Frank Martin was only ranked by the WBA. And I'm sure after this win, all these sanctioning bodies will definitely have to put him in their top 10, top 15 by now, if they haven't. They better put him in the top 15. Frank Martin deserves it. 18 and 0, remaining undefeated. No, 17 and 0, remaining undefeated. 12 wins coming by way of knockout or TKO now. Could he have gotten the salvage? Possibly if he pushed himself a little bit more. But it looks like Rivera showed a good chin and a lot of heart and determination. Maybe it wouldn't have been that easy to get the stoppage, um, but it was, at the end of the day, it was still a very dominant win from Frank Martin. First loss for Mikel Rivera, but he's only 24 years old. He'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. It's not the end of the world for Mikel Rivera. Um, there's just somebody better out there compared to him. But maybe take an easy fight just to try to rebound, try to get back to winning ways, try to get that confident back, and go from there. I hope this does not discourage him, because sometimes whenever a fighter loses, it discourages them, and they end up not fighting for a while, or they take a long break. Rivera should just take this as a learning lesson, improve from it, learn from it, and move on. Rivera is still a top 15 contender, in my opinion. Just because you lost to Frank Martin doesn't necessarily mean you're one of the top 15 contenders out there, because he lost to another top 15 contender. It's just that Frank Martin was the better fighter, better boxer. But he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. First loss, getting knocked down, getting hit a lot. I'm sure Rivera will be back. But again, big props to Frank Martin to win. Um, he looked a lot better than I expected, because I honestly did not expect this to be a dominant one-sided fight. So big props to Frank Martin. Hopefully he gets a big fight again. Hopefully he doesn't step down in competition, because that tends to be the case sometimes. A fighter just doesn't keep up with the level of competition that they've uh, defeated. They especially with PVC these days, a lot of the fighters don't really stay that active. But I truly hope he stays active and fights a big name in 2023. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Thanks for listening and watching, and like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.